I'm just going to speak about the notes which I have made. So let's take 30 seconds, pen, paper, anybody wants to take, please go ahead. And today the book which I'm going to speak about is Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Now, but who is Brian Tracy? Let me tell you something about the author. He is one of the top business speakers in the world today. He has addressed more than 5 million people, given more than 5,000 talks. He speaks on subjects like leadership, management, professional selling, business model, and profit improvement. He's the best selling author. He has written more than 80 books. Wow. And which have been translated into 42 languages, including Kiss That Frog, Find Your Balance Point Goals, Maximum Achievement, No Excuses, How the Best Leaders Can Lead, Fight Plan, and Advanced Selling Strategies. He is the president of Brian Tracy International and lives in California. He can be reached at Brian Tracy at briantracy.com. Now, let me start by sharing what I loved about this book. For someone who is not that much into reading, this book worked for me. First, the fonts. If you look at it, the fonts, it's big. They're not small. The language used by the author is very simple. I did not require a dictionary. So, first point that. Second, the length. It's just 108 pages. So, definitely, it is not going to scare you. Third, at any given point of time, he's not beating around the bush or moving away from the topic. In the preface, he says that he will give you 21 techniques that will motivate you to identify and do the most important tasks. You can use this at any time, in any order. Choose whatever suits you at that time, that moment. And when you finish the book, that is what you have exactly got. Fourth, every chapter, the 21 chapters, every chapter is only of 4 to 5 pages. So you can easily finish 2 to 3 chapters in a day, and that motivates you to read further. Each chapter starts with a quote. Now, which sets the stage for the chapter. You know what you are getting into, and it helps you to understand better, to connect better. My favorite quote from the 21 quotes he has given is from chapter 20. The quote is by Napoleon Hill, an American author. The quote is like this: do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command. And better tools will be found as you go along. Next, the sixth point, what I loved about this book is the conclusion and the summary. At the end, he summarizes all the 21 techniques, telling in 2 or 3 lines about each technique. So anytime you want to refresh about any technique, you have it at your fingertips. Next, the metaphor used. Frog. I love it. That frog is the biggest, the most important task, one which you are most likely to procrastinate. It's actually something which can really impact upon your life. So these are the things I love. And then we move to the introduction. We start with the introduction. What did I find in the introduction? In introduction, he says that some people are doing better than others. Why? Because they do things differently and they do right things the right way. So what stops us from doing right things at the right time is actually procrastination, which is delaying something that requires immediate attention. Why we procrastinate? Maybe because we fear of failure. Maybe because we have fear of unknown. We don't know what we are getting into. We don't have clarity. We may find the task next to impossible. Oh God, this is so huge, big. And sometimes there's no motivation. We cannot identify the rewards. Brian Tracy says, if you have two frogs to eat the ugliest one. That is, do the hardest yet the most important task. Take action immediately. He shares with us the 21 techniques which can help us to stop procrastination. And today I'll be sharing with you 10, 10 techniques which I love. 1. Set the table. What he means by that? Have clarity. Know exactly what you want to achieve in whichever area of your life. I was very clear once that I wanted to get into public speaking. So that actually helped me keep moving. To help us decide on how to have clarity, he gives us 7 steps. 1. Decide exactly what you want. Second, write it down. Third, set a deadline. And maybe with the deadline, set sub deadlines of your goal. The next, fourth, make a list of everything that you can think of that you are going to do, which will help you achieve your goal. Fifth, organize the list into a plan. Sixth, once organized, take action on your plan immediately. 7, be consistent. Resolve to do something every single day that will keep you moving towards your goal. So that was the first point, set the table. Second tip, which I love, take time to plan and set priorities and then launch quickly towards your goal. So take time to plan. Now, if you take time to plan, you will be aware of what lies ahead. He talks about the 6P formula, which says proper prior planning prevents poor performance. He talks about a 10 by 90 rule. Now, this rule says that first 10% of the time you spend planning and organizing your work before you begin will save you as much as 90% of the time in getting the job done once you get started. Because you have clarity, you know what you have to do. He says, have a to-do monthly list, break it into weekly list, and further break it into a daily list. Make your daily list a night before for the workday ahead. Now, when you do that, when you in the night, it's already planned, like what you're going to do the next day, what will happen? Your subconscious mind will work on your list all night long while you sleep. And you may wake up with great ideas and insights. And this I have experienced personally. So planning helps. Like I am the chief newsletter editor of my district in Toastmasters to District 98, and prior planning helps a lot. The minute planning, which page will have what, whom do we approach, how many lines, how many pages, that really helps. So the second tip, take time to plan and set priorities and then launch quickly. The third tip, which I would like to share with you all, is apply the 80 by 20 rule, which is the Pareto principle. It says that 20% of your activity will account for 80% of your results. The hardest tasks and most complex job can pay off tremendously. And the time required to do, Brian Tracy says the time required to do an important job is often as same the time required to do an unimportant job. So choose wisely. For example, tomorrow I am a panelist at two different panel discussions with two different themes. So I know what a panel discussion is, what a panelist does, and I have made key points for the first discussion. So my next priority after this will be okay, after dinner, maybe I'll sit and work some points for the second theme. So I have clarity and I have plans. Now, fourth point, so the third point he says apply the 80-20 rule. Fourth point, consider and predict consequences of doing or not doing any job. We always think, okay, what if we don't do, what if we do this? We also have to think, what if we don't do this particular job? What will be the consequences? So long-term thinking improves short-term decision making and gives you clarity. See both the positive and negative side. We must remember that there is not always enough time to do everything, but there is always enough time to do the most important thing. Procrastinate the task. Yes, I'm saying procrastinate. Procrastinate the task of low value. Say no to it politely. So consider and predict consequences and procrastinate low value tasks. Fifth point, which I would like to present, is the ABCDE method. Sounds interesting, right? He says, write your tasks. A is the most important task with maximum benefits, and E is the least important task. You can divide the task into subtasks also. Example A, break A into A1, A2, A3, etc. So A, most important task with huge consequences. B, task you should do but has mild consequences. C, nice if you do but no consequences. D, delegate everything you can. Remember, some things can be delegated, downsize, and outsource. E, eliminate altogether. So by following above, which is the ABCDE method, you will have the time to do the most important tasks. The sixth point, which I love, is prepare thoroughly. Now, before you begin, keep everything ready at hand, whatever you need. Example, cooks, when they prepare, they are ready beforehand. Before they start cooking, to keep all the ingredients ready in bowl. And this actually helps. Seventh, so sixth is prepare thoroughly, be ready beforehand. Now coming to seventh, which is take it one barrel at a time. What do we mean by that? Now, many years ago, now driving an old Land Rover, Brian Tracy crossed the heart of the Sahara Desert, the Tanais Road. The French had marked the track with black 55-gallon oil drums, one drum every 5 kilometers. The visibility was poor, so he could see only two barrels. One, which he had left behind, another one, which was in front of him. That was all he needed. What we mean by it is that slice and dice the task. Lay out the task in detail and move ahead one step at a time. Example, I'm not much into reading. So when I wanted to read this book, I know I had to finish it. This was my goal. This was my task. So I completed 2-3 chapters. I had clear, okay, I'll only look at 2-3 chapters a day, not more than that. Let me fully concentrate on that. And that is how I made these notes. So the sixth one is take one barrel at a time, one step at a time. 7, identify the key constraints. Now, between you and your goal, there's always a block. Some block will be there. Identify what is holding you back. Maybe just you need to upgrade your skills. All skills are learnable. That is the good news. So the 80 by 20 rule applies here too. Brian Tracy says that the block, 80% of that block is internal within you, and only 20% is outside. My blockage when I started public speaking before I could start was, hey, what will people say? Will they listen to me? What will happen? So that was fear. But I faced that fear and I joined Toastmasters International to work upon my communication skills and started understanding the tips and the tricks of the trade. And after that, of course, there's been no stoppage. So the seventh is identify the blocks. Then ninth, the next one, put pressure on yourself. Choose that frogs and make yourself eat that frog. I know we all don't want to do that, but force yourself. Imagine you have only one day to do that most important job. Motivate yourself. Become your own cheerleader. Hear how you talk to yourself. Now be optimist. Now, optimist people, Brian Tracy says, has four characters. One, they look for good in every situation. Two, they seek lesson in every setback. Next, they look for solutions. And the fourth one, they think and talk about their goal continuously. So tell yourself, I can do it. Reward yourself, appreciate yourself, even your small achievements. For example, I'm not that tech savvy, not at all. Even when I make a PowerPoint presentation with only 2 or 3 slides, I reward myself with chocolates. So, yes, the ninth one is put pressure on yourself and motivate yourself. The 10th one is focused attention is key to high performance. After an interruption, Brian Tracy says that after an interruption, it takes about 17 minutes. 17 minutes for you to shift back to your work with full focus, with total attention. He suggests that create large chunks of time, select an important task, work upon that for 90 minutes, take a break for 15 minutes, get back to it for the second round of 90 minutes, and then keep moving. If I have to summarize, I would say have clarity, have a detailed plan, be prepared, and stay focused. Move one step at a time by doing the most important task first. Our ultimate goal in life is to live a happy life. Spend the time with people who care for you and whom you care for. Do things that give you joy. Balance between professional and personal life. Now, that balance is not optional, it is a must. So, spend your time wisely, as time management is actually life management. Brian Tracy says discipline, and determination is vital to effective time management. Make a decision, discipline yourself to practice, and be determined to continue. Do your most important job today. Now, coming to what could have been slightly better in this book, I felt few chapters were repetitive. Example, chapters 17 and 19, chapter 7 and 11, chapter 6 and 8. They had almost similar message, like hammering the same thing again in a different way. But otherwise, this book is just awesome. To conclude in Brian Tracy's words, eating a frog is a metaphor for not only tackling the most challenging tasks, but also the one that can have the greatest, the positive impact on your life. So, are you all ready to eat that frog? Over to you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Pinky. It was really fabulous. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, young, smart, fabulous, on Pinky Barus has presented the one of the best book in the history of mankind, Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. I hope this conversation was really made a lot of possibilities in your life right now. All you need to do is take some important notes and make sure that you practice. In summary, what I really hooked up with the one conversation, which is 80% of the block is inside you, 20% is outside. Not to just understand this, you need to spend your whole life sometime. And you see the people around and who are stuck in their life because they are thinking all the life is about others, about the circumstances, about the family, about the financial situation, about the employment, about the, whatever you name it. Oh, it's a beautiful. And thank you so much, Pinky. The way you presented was really, really great way. And you really summarized each and everything, because secret of success is equal to thinking on paper. That's something Eat That Frog really mentioned proper very well. And what I understood, do most of the difficult and important tasks as first, so it will make you easy, and do your work quickly with a very good quality. That's something really you all need to think of. And eat the ugliest frog first. Do the difficult task at the beginning. So what happened then? The other tasks will become very small. And write the goal and review them every single day. And if you do that consistently, and you will get more clarity in your life. And plan every day in advance. Something I really like that part. And a lot of people just on the move, on the way they take decisions and make mistakes. And create list. Creating list makes your life so easy and very flexible. Divide the big and difficult task into small pieces, which will make your life very easy. Create the master list with all the activities, which will really help you to divide and take a decision very quickly. And what else I wrote down what most valuable asset is your earning ability. And yeah, create some comfortable job areas as well. Yeah, so we had a great treat today. Thank you, Pinky, for bringing that great essence of book. And I really recommend to buy the book and read the book. And if you go to YouTube, there are lots of reviews available about this book. And if you could able to read and review this book again, you will get a lot of clarity. And with that, I would like to call one or two people. If you'd like to share a few words, maybe Rohini ma'am or Riaz, one of you can come over and share a few words. Yeah, Rohini ma'am, would you mind sharing a few words?
Not at
Yeah.
all. It was a very detailed and very thorough review. Thank you very much. Uh, at my stage in my life, I don't know if I would necessarily want to
No.
improve myself quite so much, but it is pretty much the way I think. As you grow older, one does tend to do these things, especially if you want to continue doing what you're doing, which is what I do. I'm a writer, I'm an editor. And so, as you say, the night before, I say, all right, I got these things to do and I'll do them. Thank you so much. Very good.
Thank you
Hi.
so much. Yeah, of course, Riaz.
I
Please
took 2 points as the most important things. One is the proper planning and preparation will prevent the poor presentation. That's a
absolutely.
fantastic message that Pinky you gave it to me. And finally, the one which when you wind up, you said invest the time for the people who really loves you or you those to whom you love. That's actually really lacking nowadays.
Absolutely.
So I'll take it as a key point for today.
Wow.
So really, thank you so much, Pinky.
Incredible, incredible. We often spend time with the people who they don't value us. What happened that they blame us, they put a mark on us, and we end up spending our quality time with them. And finally, we understand that we lost our precious time, because time is life. If you are putting your time effectively, your life is taken care. And if your life is taken care, you'll have an aura in your life. You'll have a smile on your face. Your word will have a power. Your presence will have a difference in people who you meet up with. Wonderful, Riaz. I'm really glad that you brought that point. Make sure you're surrounded with the people who move you, uplift you, inspire you, and make sure you're spending the quality time with them. And the people who put you down, who gossip you, who tease you, who disengage you, remember, throw them away, and make sure that it's keep happening in our life. Thank you so much, Riaz. Anybody else would like to share a few lines?
Yes.
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 Please.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes. Yes. I am Dr. Sachin here. And Pinky, great work. Loved it. And I make certain these tables and lists and all that. But what was my takeaway, Pinky, was apply consequences, predict them. Now that's very powerful. It will now propel me towards that. See, we don't apply that part. That was a lovely one. And Pinky, wonderful. It was decision, determination, and discipline. Yes, these are the three things. Make the decision, eat the frog, go for the most hardest, difficult, the most painful thing right in the morning, do it the first, have the determination and have the discipline to go through it. Thank you, Pinky. It was a great read. Thank you so much, Faisal, for organizing this. Truly, thanks a lot. You're doing a great work, guys. Thank you so much.
Hey,
Thank you so
Anil
much.
Faisal.
Yes, Somasar, please go ahead.
Hey, Pinky, this what I want to say is the people who are listening to this, watching this, they can learn from you. Such a young age, you have almost implemented everything what is told in the book. In fact, the way you said how I start completing the book, one chapter, two chapter, finish, go, then 90 minutes work, then 15 minutes rest, and then you said you had some communication challenge. You join the club and learn everything. You learn, implement, and I have seen you even in the junior club, and you are the person who can host our 5 a.m. major totally. And because the authority, the way in which you are flowing from one to another is amazing. And the book is now an inspiration. Otherwise, we are thinking we know about it. It's a big inspiration. Thanks to you. One more last comment. Last week, we talked about the best reviewers. Last week, the two ladies are amazing. And you are joining that gang. 1, 2, 3 gang.
Whoa! Incredible. Getting a feedback from Somaji, it's a really special Pinky. He's one of the first person in our community, and he is always there to uplift people, move people, inspire people. Thank you so much, Somaji. Really, it's a pleasure.
No, she stands. I think you missed that two ladies last week. Amazing they were, and she will fit into that box.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. With that, friends, let's move to the next speaker. Before I move to the next speaker, I would like to quickly run through the E-Bookery platform from details. Friends, E-Bookery platform, one of the powerful club you can surround with, because if you want to really become successful businessman, family man, successful communicator, all you need to do, start reading book every single day and create a new neural path in your brain that I'm a reader. If you do that, you will see a different human being within 3 months' time. So Empowerment Talk, we started with a great intention to make the people to read and reflect the books. And myself and Anil Thomas sir together, we started this program, and we got a great leaders, Santosh, Sarida, Riaz, Niaz, Said Haris sir, and Reni Raj, Jayashree, Vinisha, and Vamsi. This is our core team we started with, and we have a lot of people now supporting us. Riaz, there is Revati, there is Sindhu ma'am, there is there are a lot of people you can see in the room. They are very eagerly supporting us. These are the books we have covered so far. We have covered so many books so far. It's a real treat for us. We brought one of the world famous top-selling books we have covered by authors and wonderful speakers from all over the world. And we had a speakers from international, different part of the world, And yeah, so you can have a quick look on the books which we have covered. And Revati Sindhu ma'am, you can see she have some in her books last time. And yeah, so that's all. This is the agenda. We are in the first stage right now. And yeah, this is our next book review. Going to get a Kwasi Ahmed next week and Craig Chavez Jr. next week as well. So with that, let me introduce the next speaker. She's also going to make a magic in your life. Friends, if you want to make a difference in your life, you know what you need to do? Create a new neural path. To understand this concept, you need to have a very strong brain. Nothing but you need to have a learning ability where you believe that I can learn. I can make a difference in my life. Not many people agree this. People believe, no, I can't do that anymore. Now people believe that no, it's very hard. I already have a life that I'm settled with my career and I can't do bigger than this. So friends, this person going to bring the book called Unstoppable by Ben Lee Angel, and which has a power to move you, which has a power to create a new neural path in your brain. Sheila M. Casino, she is a confident life coach joining all the way from Hong Kong. Now, she's also author of a book, Pawn to Queen, The Life's Chess and Quest. And she's also a chess teacher. That's what I'm really fascinated with. And also, I'm really glad that she's also a master trainer and is the founder of the Treasure Finder Limited, which is a personal transformational coaching platform she created in Hong Kong. And also, she's also a distinguished Toastmaster. Distinguished Toastmaster is one of the challenging position and one can obtain in a Toastmaster arena. It's my great honor to introduce the speaker today, Sheila and Casino. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Faisal. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anil. And thank you as well, Pinky. I remember when I was in Bangalore, my friend gave me that book. So thank you. Now it's a refresher to hear the review from you. Thank you. So now it's Unstoppable. Last week, I was ready to leave my place and I took the last three things I needed. My 2 mobile phones and my watch. But I realized late that I did not recharge my watch. It means I cannot access any of the applications here. And in the same in my life, at one point, I couldn't access any of my resources. And that is the reason why I grabbed the book Unstoppable. I wanted to understand why it happened, what's the reason, so that I can avoid it from happening again. And I can share the lessons with my friends, including you all. Are you ready? Okay, I'll share my screen. Yeah, so what I'll do is sharing, not necessarily book review, but I'll share the contents. Before that, it's a self-reflection. You don't have to respond. So think of the last time you tried to reach one of your goals. You were excited at first, but as time progressed, you fell back into your old routine until you forgot about it. What do you think was missing?
What do you think is missing?
Yeah, what do you think? So self-reflection.
Yeah, my thinking is power is losing sometimes. Sometimes I don't feel that incredible power in me. Sometimes I feel like there is no self-expression. Sometimes I'm lazy. Sometimes I don't take action. Sometimes I'm in superpower. Yeah.
Thank you, Faisal. So there are many reasons. Thank you for sharing. So for me, what happened was My friends would always say that I'm driven, I'm achiever, I'm optimistic. And actually, I started reading self-help books since 2008. So how can an achiever, driven, optimistic cannot access any of these resources? I'm like my watch that I cannot access at all. And that's why I read this book, and this is what I find. So from who we are, from point A to point B, there is a gap, and that gap is called the identity gap. And there is a success formula which we will learn tonight. This is the formula for success. There are three: vision and goals, identity, and recharge. Okay. We will start with identity. Identity is when as your identity fluctuates, so does your ability to reach your goals. So again, vision, goals, identity, then recharge. As your identity fluctuates, so does your ability to reach your goals. So what do we mean by that? This is the battery that powers the light bulb. So if you're, so imagine a battery, if you are charged 75 to 100%, you're a catalyst. You're like Oprah, you're Robin Sharma, Tony Robbins, or catalyst. They light the vision and endures, exhibits mental energy, focus, clarity, and drive, and easily overcome setbacks. The opposite of that is a defender, 0 to 25%, depleted physically and emotionally, relies on stimulants, likely to quit, exhibits anxiety and depression. To summarize this, if you are fully charged, then you're unstoppable. But if you lack of energy, then you are useless. You're like this watch that is not charged. Okay, identity. So now we go to recharge. Another interesting information I found here. So recharging, there are two sources: psychological or spiritual energy and biochemical energy. When I say psychological, spiritual energy, all these beliefs, that's your beliefs, values, outlook in life, willpower, like Faisal said, focus and attitude, and all these things. And then for biochemical energy, it's all about your physical energy, nutrition, genetics, the immune system, oxygen supply, movement, and electricity. What I discovered here is you don't have to have equal amount of psychological energy and biochemical energy. But the biochemical energy, if it is low, it steals your psychological energy. So psychological energy is reliant on biochemical energy. And that's what happened to me. So even if my willpower is so high, I'm focused, I'm an achiever, but my biochemical energy was low. It stole my psychological energy. You cannot say to a person who is hungry, oh, use your willpower. You think that you're not hungry, no. Because if the person is hungry, then it needs to eat food, right? Do you agree? Say, raise your hand. Yes. So that's why always make sure that you are biochemically energy recharged, and also psychologically energy recharged. So these two sources. Okay. How do we charge our biochemical energy? So before that, there are 7 triggers blunting our brain from unstoppable. Medication, food sensitivities, nutritional deficiencies, digestion, hormones, allergy, toxins. All these things have one thing in common, and that is inflammation. Before, I didn't know about it, but if inflammation, these are the side effects of chronic inflammation: extreme fatigue, low mood, anxiety, high fever, hot flashes, swelling, nausea. Uh, you don't want to have any of this, but that will be the impact if you are biochemical energy is low. So now he also provided the fueling for success. I'll read it in passing. Remove sugar, eat foods that increases your microbiome's diversity, eliminate foods that cause you discomfort, repopulate your gut with healthy bacteria, fuel up with fats, eat anti-inflammatory foods or green leafy vegetables. We didn't want to eat vegetables when we were young, but now like we have to. We have to fuel for success and eat diverse organic fruits and vegetables, drink filtered water. He explained why in the book. Switch trans fats and vegetable oil for olive, avocado. Consume more omega 3 and less omega 6. Consume foods with antifungal properties. Keep activated charcoal on hand and practice intermittent fasting. He provided all this in the books. Now, we go back to now we're going to discuss the psychological part. We know that biochemical energy is important, so now psychological part. So I did not charge my battery, but then it turned to uh, preservation mode. Have you ever tried that in your smartphone or watch? Yes, exactly. So that's what happens in our brain because the brain task is to support us, to keep us safe. So it will turn to self-preservation mode. But anxiety and stress, so like if you're in a self-preservation mode, you will be in a fight or flight survival mode. I'll discuss that further in the next slide. I want to just emphasize this. Anxiety and stress can override the healthiest individual psychologically and send them into a state of panic. So even if you are a catalyst like Oprah Winfrey, Robin Sharma, but if you will be in constant stress, you will turn into a defender mode. And I don't want that to happen. Do you want that? You're a catalyst and suddenly you'll become a defender? Of course not, right? So he mentioned about this, the parasympathetic nervous system. This is what we want. We are in a logical, rational mind. So when we think, it's not about emotions, but we're thinking rationally. This is what I said. I mentioned earlier, the fight or flight part of the brain or sympathetic nervous system, the inflammation and others like nutritional deficiencies can trigger this. And if we are stuck on this, it can result to chronic stress, severe exhaustion, and adrenal fatigue. So here, from a catalyst, we will turn into a guardian or defender mode. Okay. So now he also mentioned about two crucial steps in priming the brain. Faisal was saying how we create that neural path. So these are the two crucial steps. First is optimizing sleep and rejuvenation. The 7 tips, he also provided this. I will send you the slide. And then the other one is visualizing, mental rehearsal. If we want to be in from A to point B, we can visualize that future. Or if we want to forget a traumatic event, we can neutralize negative past events. He provided steps in the book. And he also provided supplements, nootropics, and wearables. To honor the author Ben Angel, I also provided it here in the presentation. Top 6 supplements: vitamin D, magnesium, iodine, vitamin B12, brain octane oil, zinc, nootropics, caffeine, ketone ester, these, alkanag, nicotine, and then wearables, touch points, meditate with Muse, Firestone, Halo Sport. So he provided all this there. What I'm doing, it's all about healthy MBS, healthy mind, body, and spirit. So rest, healthy food, and exercise. I'm taking multivitamins, and I attended one seminar. They provided top 3: magnesium, vitamin B12, and the other one. I might look into those. For visualization, I started it since 2008 when I read the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. It's powerful visualization. And because of what happened to me, I don't want to be in a fight or flight mode. I'm now doing breathing exercise and also yoga nidra. So yoga nidra, they said if you do 25 minutes of yoga nidra, that is equivalent to 4 hours of sleep. We learned that that's sleep is one of the two crucial steps in priming the brain. Okay, now we will go to vision go. So are we, is it clear? So identity, catalyst, defender, recharge, biochemical, and psychological. So now we'll go to vision. Here, what is vision? What is this? The light bulb, this is your purpose. Your goals. So the goals is an expression of your purpose and the person you wish to become. That is your point B. Okay. Your mission is to light the bulb and keep it lit. That's why you have this identity. You want it to be always in 75 to 100% and keep that momentum so that you can light your goal. You can light your purpose. Okay. I understood from reading the book that my biochemistry stole my psychological energy. But I discovered something that is really interesting. The reason why I decided to stay working overseas, so I'm originally from the Philippines and been to Bermuda, US, India, Singapore, Hong Kong. And the reason why I stayed working overseas is because of the scholarship foundation I founded in the Philippines. That was my purpose. Okay. When I was looking at the Facebook news, the Facebook memories, I realized that in 2014, when I met the world champion of public speaking, Ryan Avery, in Hong Kong, he mentioned about coaching, training. Even then, I wanted to become a trainer, but I couldn't leave my work as a financial services in hedge funds industry, because I was fulfilling my purpose. So that's why I'm not changing my job. But I wanted to become a trainer. I wanted to become a coach since 2014. And that's what I discovered in this book. What he said is purpose is not fixed. It's fluid. When I was thinking about it, it's like I was recharged, biochemistry, psychological. I could light a country, a whole country, but I was only lighting a city. My purpose was so small. Do you know your purpose? What he said in this book, the purpose that is greater than yourself is equate to greater health benefits, because you have clear direction in life that can decrease in the fight or flight survival mode. And there are two phases. You help yourself first, then help others. We cannot save the world if we cannot save ourselves first. Hmm. Finding the purpose in your goal. So he also provided this. The light is your beacon. It's guiding you home. It guides all your decisions. And most important, it's guiding who you are becoming next. That's the purpose. The filament is the underlying purpose. And the light that radiates represent the goal. So the light, it's an expression of purpose, but this is the underlying purpose. So you could do different things as long as your goal is an expression of your purpose. When you do that, then you will be on purpose, happy, and connected. Wow. So so powerful, right? So this is what I did when I was prepared, when I answered the questions she provided. My filament is sharing. And what are the expression of my purpose? It's through public speaking. I'm also a Toastmaster. I can share through coaching, through the scholarship foundation, I can still have it as one of my purposes, one of my goals. Through volunteering, through sharing my time, valuing the opportunity that is given to me, through sharing, through writing, and through teaching chess. Yes, I'm a chess teacher as well. See, my purpose is clear. I want to share. And whatever I do, any activity, as long as it hits my purpose, I'm happy. Mm. Now your assignment is find what is your purpose and what are your goals, the expression of your purpose. Okay, so quiz. Let's have a quiz. Yes or no? Are strategic planning, mindset, and willpower enough for one to succeed?
Strategic planning, mindset, willpower is enough to succeed.
Is psychological energy enough for one to succeed?
No.
No. Correct. No, because we also need biochemical energy, right? Oh, now question number 2. Would you like to be a catalyst or defender?
Catalyst, always.
Catalyst, of course. Catalyst, we like to be like Faisal and Anil and Pinky. We like to be catalyst. Quiz number 3. True or false? Purpose is fixed.
No, it's fluid.
No. Yes,
It's
exactly.
fluid.
It's fluid. So
Yeah.
in summary, success is not only in the mind or body, it's in both. A change in attitude will only hold for as long as your biochemistry supports it. Energy levels are depleted, the need for willpower goes up. But if your physical energy increases, then need for willpower decreases. Purpose is not fixed, it's fluid. So final reminder, be true to your purpose. Keep it lit by recharging your identity. And like Ben Angel, Faisal, Anil, and Pinky, you will also be unstoppable. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you
Wonderful.
so much, Sheila. Incredible conversation, incredible book, incredible way of you presented. I think a lot of people understand and they become unstoppable in their life because of your way of you presented this book very powerfully, very easily. And thank you so much, for bringing this excellent book to us. So, friends, what do you want to become? What is your purpose? Do you know what you are standing for? Where you are heading to? You know where you are standing right now. What is the conclusion of your life so far? Do you have a direction? Do you have a true north? Does it fixed? Does it flexible? Does it you really taking charge to make it happen? Are you believing that there is a new neuropath you can develop? Incredible book, the way they Sheila presented. I hope many people understood the concept, and I really recommend to read the book. And also I just want to remind you all a few points which I've noted. One is 2 crucial steps in priming the brain, because what I understood it is all mental practice. If you have a right practices which you put into a routine, you can do anything. You can achieve anything and everything in your life. Reduce stimulus, as you mentioned, like there are a lot of people that are super successful. They are already catalyst, but remember, the moment they hit with the challenges, they will get down. To reach that level of high integrity, high power, it required a practice every single day. And even if you hit with the challenges, you should be able to bounce back. You and me should be able to bounce back to the life that we really want to live. And there are a few points you mentioned, that block the junk light, block the social media, reduce stimulants, stick to your routine, which I highly recommend to everyone, including myself. And I'm reminding myself to stick with the routine and drop the temperature. And it's not only about the mental well-being. Also, you need to take care of your health. You need to really take care of your physiology. Thank you so much, Sheila. And thank you so much. And let me now call a few people. If you can come over and share a few words.
Faisal,
Yeah.
can you please call Tiwari sir from India And
Yes,
Wath is from Africa, so we'll call them first and before going for Dubai.
please. Tiwari, are you available to have a quick chat? Can you please come over? Yes, Jan Tiwari, over to you, sir.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Please, over to you.
Yeah, I just joined, of course. I was in my own webinar and I got the message from Mr. Thomas. I thought, let me just be with you all and meet. And I just happened to, go through uh, I'm forgetting the lady's name who gave that.
The first one or
Sheila.
second one?
Sheila.
Pardon? Second, the last one, I think.
Sheila.
Sheila. Yeah.
Sheila.
Sheila.
It was a wonderful presentation. I was really liking it. I just saw, I think, last two slides. It was wonderful, of course. So I thought, let me just check in there. And I'm Jayan Tiwari. I'm otherwise a military veteran. I'm from Indian Army. I'm retired brigadier. So my name goes like Brigadier Jayan Tiwari Shaurya Chakra. This is how it is. Shaurya Chakra is the
Incredible.
third highest gallantry award of India. I'm from otherwise combat arms. I retired last 2 years ago after serving for almost 38 years in uniform with my varied experience in various domains of challenging assignments wherever one can be. Last 2 years I have moved on to become a innermost chef under International Coach Federation. I've trained myself to be a coach, life leadership coach. Trained NLP practitioner. So I'm on my path of coaching and conducting webinars and training. So this is where it is. So pleasure to meet you all here, and Mr. Thomas, thank you very much. And sorry that I couldn't join it. I didn't see that because I was in my own webinar on some group in Bombay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming.
Problem at all. No problem at all. Thank you so much, sir, for joining all the way. And thank you. I really acknowledge you for serving the country for 30 plus years. And, your stand for changing the human's life and your belief that, still there is a possibility of human can shift their brain from one to another, making
Yes.
people to believe what they can do it from, adding some thoughts to their brain and adding some discipline into their life. I really honor you for being with us, and also I would really honor you to be served for the country for many years and stand for the people and protecting my country. Thank you so much. I really acknowledge you. Yeah.
Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure.
I'm really looking forward you come with presenting a book and spending a day with us. If you are available in coming weeks, and please let us know. Also,
Yeah,
we have so many clubs, for 5MS, early wakers, bookery lovers, Hindi book readers. So if wherever you fit in, please do come back. We can feel the power in your conversation. And I do request you to come back and share a few thoughts with us. Yeah. Thank you, Jens Tiwari, sir. And let me call. Yeah. All right. The second person, Anil sir, John DeConsa.
No, you can call anybody, Faisal, up to you. Okay,
right.
I was talking about Wath Alicia. She's coming from the Africa.
Okay, Alicia.
And Canzino, I think it's Sheila's husband or son. I'm not very sure about Kyle Canzino.
Oh, he's my nephew.
Oh,
right,
He's
okay.
here to
Oh.
observe.
over, Cancino, please. Share a few words, please. Kale, come over.
Oh, he's observing.
Okay, no problem. Who would like to go for it? Share a few words. Amar, Kwazi, Uwat, Elisha, Shankar, Badranisa. Who would like to share a few lines? You can unmute yourself and share a few lines. How was the book and what did you hear? And what action you're going to take? Because that really matters. We can talk about this forever. We can read the books, but not many people.
Faisal, if I have a slot, I can. I've
Yeah,
already
please
spoken.
go ahead, Soma sir. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I have to take permission from Anil.
No problem, no problem.
No,
Hey,
no,
we
no,
call
sir. No, no, no.
no problem. Sheila, we call you as Sheila because Sheila is very popular. Especially, I'm coming from a southern small corner, small strip of land, and all of us, Faisal and all, used to dream, and that actress name is Sheila. Very, very famous. Your book, initially I was thinking how you are going to complete the whole thing. Then I have forgotten because you are a Toastmaster champion. So your final, what you call in a big festival, we used to have a climax. It is almost like the punchlines, climax, summation. That's a teacher's thing. Then you brought a KISS program and easy quiz. Even Anil was all right, right, right. He got all 100 by 100. Everyone was participating, and that is what I think you made the whole presentation. Because I have been to Philippines many times, and there as a country, the struggle itself is learning the language initially, and you have mastered that, and you have gone above to become a teacher and a master. And how in a simple fashion you made the summation of the book like a capsule. Capsule is a very bitter, and here also very bitter, strong philosophies, and you give it sugar coated or honey coated very easy to consume for all of us, and that too in this exact 20 minutes. Because Anil, I used to discuss with him the 20 minutes, how can somebody summarize a book, but you have done beyond that. And you have given a tip to Faisal. Read my message that he needs that 25 minutes yoga nidra. So for him to get that 4 hours sleep, at
Okay.
least, at
All
least
right.
that is the one tip he has forgotten to take. And
Absolutely, Soma sir.
seriously, I'm telling Faisal that really works. That's what I'm telling you. And congratulations. And often time, please keep come. And also, we would like to hear your own technology related subject like NLP, and how you become a master, how you overcome all those struggles to become a master speaker to master trainer. If you come and share the thoughts in 5 a.m. club, Faisal will find a slot for you in the right place, right time. And we
Absolutely.
really appreciate your contribution. And the Pinky, we are not forgetting, just because we are talking about Sheila, and Sheila also loves you. And today is actually a repetition of last week, or you can say it's more lingering in the minds because of the youthfulness, and the two books are so touchy in our heart. Thank you very much for making our evening great and making
Super.
the E-Bookery club very rich. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Soma sir, for that wonderful review and giving that wonderful compliment. Okay, sir, please go ahead, Suresh sir.
Hi, good evening to all of you.
Good evening.
Let me once again, appreciate Mr. Anil and Faisal for organizing this wonderful program. Very useful. We are all very workaholic people. You are bringing back to the, proper enlightened way, because each and every book what you introduce are totally different. Once I had the opportunity to introduce a spiritual related matter. Once it was about Sufism. Later, I could able to see novels and a lot of literature, and now I'm so inspired by the wonderful presentation by Sheila, and we are so happy to. I have attended many classes like this, but this is something different because you are very pleasant and you made us so happy. It was not there was no force to sit and all, but your gentle smile and very affectionate wordings, really it was so pleasant to attend, and I felt attended the class. And the way in which you presented, using that presentation, almost all the points were included. In fact, it's very tough to express this much content in a very given shortest slot. And you have wonderfully made, and we were in a couple of places you made us to laugh and all this, and after that a quiz was there, and we were all answering together, catalyst, we were shouting catalyst and all. So these things really got into the nerves of our mind, and definitely we could able to see a new light, a new perception And definitely this would be idea of useful. And a couple of things I could able to share, Sheila, that we from India, we were particularly for Brahmins, we were forced to do pranayama, yoga learnings, and this yoga nidra and all I learned, but I completely forgotten. The moment you said yoga nidra, then I was thinking, oh God, I'm so ungrateful. I have forgotten many things what my elders taught me. It was something about a great thing in me which I have ignored. So with a
Yeah.
lot of it's like a confession. I feel, oh God, I should have done this. I should practice the yoga what and all I learned. And we used to do a lot of pranayama also. And almost all these items which we were traditionally practicing, you started telling in your presentation. Wonderful. It's an eye opener. And we could be able to see many things in ourselves which was already registered. And mainly, I think you were talking about the biochemistry matter. You were talking about more of vegetarian food. So that's what we follow. And other things, fueling for success, PNS and SNS, priming the brain and supplement advice, vision and goals. And again, I was little upset because you stopped, though the title is unstoppable. So I don't know how it was, possible for us to stop you, but the program has to end. For everything, there is an end. So yeah, I'm little upset because it stopped. By the time I was so interested to learn some more, and again that directs me to buy this book quickly and read and take the benefit of it. Wish you all the best for all the endeavors you do, all the steps you take, Sheila. God bless you. You're from a wonderful country. I've a couple of times I visited Philippines and the wonderful people and a lot of love and affection and prayers. And once again, I thank Mr. Anil and Nias for all the E-Bookery team for arranging this beautifully, very professionally. These people are doing, and hats off to all of you. My good wishes and prayers. Thank you so much, Fias, and thank you so much, Mr. Anil. Bye,
Yeah.
Sheila.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Suresh sir. The way you narrated, the way you expressed the gratitude, it was really, from your
Thank you.
deep down of your heart. And I'm really acknowledge you for coming over and sharing your view. And it's looked like you read the book, the way each and every point you brought to us, and each and every, giving this part of the world, it's not that easy because we have a lot of things is going on in our brain. And
Yes.
putting that efforts to listen from listening, it's a real acknowledgement.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much for giving that ear and mind and heart and soul to this conversation, and it truly inspired me. And I often agree many things. As an Indian, we surprised that we taught us we have been really taught to do 1 2 3, but we are not really practicing it. And if someone comes from different part of the world and they say something, and when I said Yoga Nidra, I was like, what? Please talking about Yoga Nidra and we don't do it. And Somasar was rightly telling Faisal, go and sleep. Thank you so much. Yeah. It is an eye opener for each one of us who's joining all the way from India. And you reminded us to become more powerful, just practicing our own traditional things which went to global, which reminded us that we have a lot to learn going back to our country and our culture and our strong roots which we have from our very amazing culture which we belongs to. It's
Yes, the
truly
value
great.
systems. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Faisal, we got few more people. Amar Kavzi, Sharat Chandra, Sakina Sethi. Maybe
Yeah, please.
before we
Sindhu
close
ma'am,
down.
would you mind? Yeah, then, let me ask Sindhu ma'am for a few words, please, ma'am.
Yes.
She's also a very wonderful human being, and she has presented a book. And once,
Yes. Two amazing books and two wonderful reviews also.
please.
Most of us go through depression, and that is temporary depression and lack of motivation sometimes. And a psychological approach is sometimes not enough. We need the help of medical science, food, etc., to boost all of us. I always tell my children, my students, actually in school, to have not to have other junk food and eat vegetables and the food which energizes you just before a sports day or before exams or before they go for a cultural program and everything. And my daughter actually always demands it is said that I don't know whether it is true or not, a dairy milk, a Cadbury dairy milk always helps you to boost your energy. So before going for the exam, she always demands a dairy milk. And Sheila, your review was wonderful. And Pinky also, thank you, Pinky, for such a good review. Procrastination, and it also always happens to us. And prioritizing our goals, our tasks, it requires actually mental as well as physical skill to actually start doing and prioritizing your tasks.